And at the midway point, the Crew also currently holds the second best record in all of baseball, just 2.5 games shy of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tonight, the Gas Man, Robert Gasser, will start Game 1 of the 4-game series against the Reds. Tune in to first pitch at 6:40 with pregame coverage beginning at 6:05, immediately following Molly and Jim, right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Speaking of which, Molly and Jim starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
I actually think Jaden Reed is going to be like the guy within the next 2 years, not Christian Watson.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
You think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said it
field?
3 times.
Okay,
5 and 5.
fine. Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Welcome into Molly and Jim. The mountains are always blue, and we are chill sometimes. Not in that open, I'll tell you that much, Molly Brown. It is
I told
also
you 15 times.
hot as heck outside. It is unbelievable. Roddy Yauk wearing black behind the glass here. What are you going, your Fonz look here?
I just wanted to wear an ESPN Madison shirt because we had a couple of interviews for Prep Mania today. Only ESPN Madison shirt I had was black. Big mistake.
I am
Okay,
rocking.
but it's not the sun that is making it hot. Okay?
It is the,
Humidity.
which you told me today, Molly. What's the humidity?
When I last looked, it was like 80-something%.
So I would imagine
double-check
100% humidity is rain.
I think so.
So we're just living in this, like, in-between of rain and just wet.
Oh, it's only 60% now.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
that's
also
good.
it says it's 92 and it feels like 94.
Yeah, it feels like, they never shut anything down for being too hot. Nobody's like, you know what, don't come to work today. Too hot to be out. And I wonder, I wonder at some point if we get there of like, this isn't, what are we doing? Like, why are we dragging our asses in just to sweat together? And obviously we have air here at the Everlight Solar Studio, but it is hot. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. I, too, am wearing black. I was hanging out with the folks at the Iron Jock, which was a good time. Got a chance to meet 7 Badger recruits today, Molly, the high school kids. And I'll tell you what, it has to be hard as a reporter to, like, be, not biased, because as you get a chance to round, like, you see these high school kids, and maybe it's my age, and you're like, man, these are good kids. Like, I hope they do well. Like, you get a weak spot, and then you have to remember, they're probably going to stink. But at the same time, I'm looking at them, I'm like, you look like children. Even though they're big, like when you're around NFL players and it's like grown men, and then it's like, oh, but you're like a baby. Not in a bad way, but it's like they're still like, no matter how much they work out, it's not to the level that's going to be at Wisconsin or somewhere else.
Right. Who stood out to you? I'm willing to bet that you don't even remember half their names.
I remember Isaac Miller.
Okay. I mean, as you should.
Yes, a tall, lanky outside linebacker. And the linemen, there was twin brothers
Cool.
who had like the same haircut, same shirt, same necklace. And I thought of you, Molly, because I was like, thank goodness you didn't have twin boys, because these boys were, got to be pushing 300, 270, whatever a high
Insane.
school lineman is. That's a D1 recruit.
Yeah, imagine their grocery bill.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Really, really nice kids. And this is my takeaway. And I actually asked them about it. Maybe we'll play it during the jump around. I asked them, why are offensive linemen so much better than everyone else as far as interviews? Because obviously
Are
we have
they?
Mark Tauscher hosts the show. Brian Balaga hosts the show. Jason Kelsey hosts the show. Like, on a whole, we got Goldix back on ESPN Radio. They host the show. Like, offensive linemen, I think Junior might have been a defensive lineman, but still, like, offensive linemen are, for some reason, good on the radio.
I would agree. One of my best interviews during spring ball was Colin Cubberly, offensive lineman for the Badgers.
Okay.
It's okay if you don't know him, but he was awesome. Like, they're just so pleasant to talk to, and they're very well spoken. I don't know why that's a commonality among offensive linemen, but I understand.
Colin Cubberly. I just looked him up.
And Molly, you're just decked out in white today.
Yes, I look like one of Jesus' disciples.
Yeah, which one?
Couldn't tell you. Mary?
Molly.
Not Molly is not a biblical name.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be Mary. I don't know.
My theme song today, I wish we could play it, is Jesus Walks. Jesus Bucks.
You can sing it there. There you go. All right, so the the Brewers lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs.
Okay.
I want to get into not much of that, but I'm going to spend 30 seconds on it. What the hell happened, Riley? I asked my brother because I was camping. So by the time I got settled, because at least I had actual Wi-Fi and everything, by the time I got settled for the game on Friday on Apple TV, the game was over. Like, you do the campfire and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, all right. And Miz was pitching, mowed down the Cubs, kind of what I figured. Colin Ray ran out of gas. But then, skipping to Saturday, the Cubs won. And then Sunday, I'm like driving home, and I'm like, there's no way the Cubs are going to – I don't know. I looked at the box score, and I'm not a Cubs fan the way that Riley's a Brewers fan, but I was like, I don't know any of these pitchers. Like, I don't know any of the people that pitch for the Cubs. And I was genuinely surprised that the Cubs do have a good lineup, but they've lost 12 pitchers who are on their opening day roster. So they are depleted. And I was surprised because Saturday was a guy they traded for from the Mets who has like an ERA over 6 that just rolled out with the Cubs. First day on the job, you're starting against the Brewers, go have fun. And I don't know if he got the win, but he won that game. So what happened? Just give me a 30-second recap.
Oh, man. So Saturday, Chad Patrick happened. It was 2-2 in the 6th inning, I believe. Chad Patrick got the first 2 outs, 2 strikes on Alex Bregman, proceeds to walk him, and then just loses his mind. Ends up giving up an RBI single, then a 3-run home run from Ian Happ, I believe it was. And that game's blown open 6-2. Brewers don't come back. They lose big time. And then Sunday, man, I don't know. It was so incredibly frustrating. If I had to come up with a reason, it'd be they were unable to hit with runners in scoring position whatsoever. And they still had a chance to win it at the end, despite Joel Kuhnel giving up 3 runs, again with 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. They're down 4-1 in the bottom of the 10th. Bases loaded. They score 2. They're down 1 run. Bases loaded. No outs. And they're unable to score again. You have, after a walk, Garrett Mitchell is walked to bring in a run. Then you have Jake Bauers. He gets up there, swings at the first pitch, and pops out. So you have 1 out. Then Gary Sanchez grounds into a double play, game over. It was just despicable. They had plenty of opportunities to win it.
Despicable.
Ahead of that time, they still should have won it then. Bad bullpen. Bad hitting with runners in scoring position. Very frustrating series.
I don't know how you remember that entire sequence. Especially when there's like 3 games, too, to remember. I can't.
I can't remember what he just said.
I can't either.
To the point of it, Miz is the thing that matters with the Milwaukee Brewers, because the one anecdote I'll add to what Riley had to say is that I literally opened up the ESPN app after I got the camper parked, and I was like, oh, bases loaded, nobody out, Cubs are up 2, they're going to lose this, and put my phone back in my pocket and said, call that. Like, I don't need to turn into the game to hear that. And lo and behold, the Brewers still ended up losing that one. But Miz is... Yeah, mania is the right word here. And to describe that mania, before we get into like the importance of Miz, he's appointment viewing. As far as like you want to know whether it's on TV or on ESPN Madison or on the Brewers radio network, Apple TV, wherever it is. If Miz is pitching, and ideally if you can go see him in AmFam, even better, you got to see him.
Well, it is so interesting that you said that, because literally yesterday we were outside, enjoying our little inflatable pool before it got too hot today.
I'm guessing that pool melted today.
I mean, potentially. My husband said that the water was really warm earlier when he went
That's
out.
right.
So
Those things are so small. Like honestly, the water gets too hot. It's like a hot tub all of a sudden.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to jumping in when I get home. But so he was
Don't
actually
burn
saying,
yourself.
so my husband is not a Brewers fan. Shocker. I'm not married to a baseball fan, right? He's a Brewers fan if he has to cheer for a team, but like baseball is not his number one sport to watch. Like, just not our jam. And so he was just saying yesterday, he's like, hey, this like Jacob Misiorowski guy. And I was like, The Miz? And he's like, no, The Miz is in wrestling. And he's like, yeah, Misiorowski. He is like this, like he's becoming like a big deal. And I was like, well, yeah, like have you been sleeping underneath a rock? Like, of course I know more because it's like we're in this is our job, all the things. But so he's like, I think I want to see him play. And I was like, okay, so when do you want to go? And he's like, well, when is he going to be pitching? And I'm like, well, that's the stupid thing about baseball is that he doesn't pitch every single day, which obviously if he pitched every single day, it'd be bad. I understand, people, don't come at me. But like, it's okay. He pitches every 5 days. So then we're looking and we're like, okay, so that's Thursday this week or something, Wednesday this week at 1:00 in the afternoon. That's not going to work. we're normal and I have a normal job, right? So then it's like, okay, then we got to look out 5 more days. But it was just interesting because my husband, who is not into baseball, was just like, this guy could potentially be one of the greatest pitchers ever, but also one of the greatest pitchers in Brewers history, that like he feels the need to go see him. And obviously I'm like, well, yeah, count me in. I love going to a Brewers game. It's fun. But I'd like to see the Miz at least play, because you don't want to have that regret in 30 years that you're like, oh, this guy was right here at my disposal and I never went to go see him.
And we've had this discussion before. Like, to me, strikeouts are sexier than home runs. Like, if someone goes out there and the Miz strikes out 13, you're like, wow, that is something special to watch him overpower people over and over again. Like, that is fun to watch. And it's more rare, in my opinion, than a Christian Yelich or whomever home run. And it's more meaningful. Like, Jackson Chourio led a game off, I think, on Saturday with a home run. The Brewers lost that game. Miz leads the game off with 6 strikeouts. You're probably winning that game. So it just carries a lot of weight. And that applies a lot of pressure to this season, because I'm not saying that something will happen with Miz that you won't have other great seasons, but when you're having this season, which is going to go down at this pace as the greatest pitching performance for an entire year by a Milwaukee Brewers pitcher, and probably one of the best in the last 20 years by a pitcher in general in Major League Baseball, could be a Cy Young season. I'll go back and I say it over and over again. If not now, then when do you go make a trade if you're the Milwaukee Brewers? And I'm starting to think that if pressure is something that can exist for the Milwaukee Brewers as an organization, they might start to feel it now, because there's going to be really bad feelings about all baseball teams coming up here this time next year when we're not playing baseball. And I hate to say it like that, but that's probably true. There's going to be some real frustration amongst fans with that. And if you at the trade deadline say, let's keep our prospects again, instead of doubling down and really going for it, whether it's Skubal or a big bat, at least someone that Molly has heard of, or at least someone that I've heard of.
Okay, rude.
About Molly, the
but
list.
If you got a Tarek Skubal, I would know who that is.
But Molly, the list of who you know and I know is maybe like 5 to 10 players difference. It's not like I'm swimming deep in baseball here. So unless they got someone from the Cubs or the White Sox, I'm not going to know a lot of the players out there unless they're the big name guys. So it just got to get someone that we're aware of that can make an impact for the Milwaukee Brewers. And to me, that would actually speak to the Brewers giving a crap about winning.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I guess I look at it where I'm just like, and I'm not a Brewers fan, so Riley, don't get offended by this, or any Brewers fans, but like, to me, there's no expectations for them. Like, there's no expectations whatsoever, because there's always just, you can lean on, well, we don't spend money. We don't spend money. We don't spend money. Of course we're not going to beat the Dodgers. Of course we're not going to beat this team, because we don't spend the money. It's like, okay, so therefore you have no expectations. So like, if you're a Brewers fan, I don't think you should expect anything, and you should feel good every single time that your team in the Milwaukee Brewers makes the playoffs. Am I wrong in my thinking of that? Like, because I guess I always equate it to things like the Packers. The Packers are the team that I'm most passionate about, the team that I care the most about, and the team that I criticize probably the most is because I care so much. But like, I look at the Packers, and it's like, okay, if they don't make a big move, then like, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm just thinking of like Micah Parsons, right? When they got Micah Parsons, all of a sudden that took me from being like, Brian Gutekunst doesn't do enough to make this team better. He doesn't care enough. He just cares about having like sustained success and never really winning that championship. But by getting Micah Parsons, he showed me he wants to win a championship. His window is now. He wants to win. So by my GM and my team making those moves, I'm like, okay, you care about the success of this team. But when the Brewers don't make those moves and don't go get those, and even if they don't get a big, huge name, I don't know how much in baseball, how much that actually like affects the game.
Yep.
But like, if you do go get those, I think you're serious about winning.
So to me, and I think we're on the same page here, pressure has to have consequences. And so that's where the Brewers don't really have pressure. There's no consequences. The fans are still going to show up whether they win 100 games or 93 games, whether they go to the World Series or lose in the first round, they're still going to show up next year. So Pat Murphy's going to have a job. None of these players are going to be run out of town based on performance. It's all based on basically the payroll. So where is the pressure on this team as an organization? I'm not talking about the players, but as an organization, there's no pressure for this team to do that. Ed Policy applied pressure a little bit to Goody and LaFleur by saying, hey, play this out, and then we'll see what we're going to do. He did that last year, and then he decided to extend them. Packer fans put pressure on the team because they call it Title Town. You want to win titles. Pressure on Goody, and I'm not saying Goody made a move because the fans wanted it, but pressure made the Packers feel like we got to go win with Jordan Love, and let's go get Micah Parsons. The Packers are the only team in the state that truly feel pressure because the Brewers are just the ragtag group of kids that go out there and do the best they can against Goliath. And then the Bucks, if they're good, everyone's happy, and if they're not good, they're irrelevant. Mm-hmm. And the Bucks have been irrelevant in this state now for probably 2 years. The only relevancy for the Milwaukee Bucks has been the Giannis saga. The Bucks are basically going off to Siberia now. And so the Brewers, what does it matter as long as you give you that summer of fun? The Packers are the only team in this state, in my opinion, to actually have pressure and expectations.
Yeah. Badgers, I know that they're not professional, but where do you land on that?
I forgot about them.
I know. I know. They're so irrelevant. But
they are.
Luke Fickell has a ton of pressure.
But that
right?
is more of job pressure.
Okay.
So I don't think the Badgers have pressure to get back to Brewers level. Just like if the Brewers fall off again, they'll have pressure. If the Brewers start winning 80, 82, 83 games or less than that, and then the pressure comes back on to like, hey, you got to be more respectable. Badger football and Badger basketball, it's like, hey, man, just get us to Sweet 16 in basketball and get us to some bowl games, maybe 10 wins. And even now, if you wanted to raise expectations, give us a shot at the playoffs. Nobody's expecting national championships out of Badger football or basketball. Badger basketball is proof and point of this. They now have enjoyable regular seasons. Fans want a Sweet 16, but they're not calling for anyone's head, rightfully so, on the side of things. But they're like, otherwise, hey, give me another, late fall, early winter season of fun here, and I'm good. And for football, they have pressure because they're a disaster.
Right.
And yes, they don't have the luxury of being irrelevant like the Bucks when they're bad. Like the Bucks just hibernate, and you're like, oh, look at them, they're back.
Yeah.
At some point.
Right. Riley, what are your expectations with the Brewers?
I would say my expectations are for them to win a World Series in the next 3 years. With how good their farm system is right now, and sure, you mentioned that, no one's going to lose their job after this season unless they totally implode. Sure, the fan base isn't going to riot in the streets if they don't win a World Series this year, but the Brewers' way has consistently worked, and it's been building up to the next couple of years, in my opinion. With all these prospects they've acquired, they have got the best farm system in baseball. You have guys like Jesus Madej, like Luis Lara, all of these elite talents that are coming up through the pipeline. If you don't win in the next few years, when those guys start making it to the majors, then even if you backfill, I think that's when the natives are going to get really restless here in Milwaukee because, sure, for now, maybe there isn't a lot of job pressure. The job security is pretty green. But if the Brewers continue to set this as the standard for the organization, I feel as a Brewers fan, there's already pressure on them to win a World Series. I want to see them win a World Series. I think there's lots of people who've been Brewers fans their entire lives who are potentially, not to get morbid, are nearing the end of their lives that want to see a Brewers World Series before they pass. Mm-hmm. I think there is pressure, and I think that is going to continue to ratchet up as they continue to be good and bring these elite guys up.
Mitch on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says, imbalance in baseball makes it harder for small markets to have expectations, but yeah, let's go for it just once.
And Adam Monhoreb chimes in, Brewers' expectations are division or high wild card. That's about it. Well, you look stunning today.
Oh, thank you. It's probably because I got a hydrofacial at Carbon World Health last week on Friday, so my skin is nice and dewy. You know what? I was even doing my makeup maybe in my Kia,
like,
maybe
this
not.
Is dewy? You're oh, I look so dewy today.
No, I didn't even put on face makeup today because I was like, oh, my skin is just like glistening. So it was perfectly fine. So I'm feeling more confident in my skin, and that is all thanks to Carbon World Health. They take the best care of me, and I am really seeing the results from going there for the last year or so, consistently on like a monthly basis. So if you are looking to get started on your health and wellness journey, head over to carbonworldhealth.com.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Madison School and Community Recreation's For Friends golf outing is on Wednesday, July 15th at the Oaks Golf Course. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Since 2003, the Friends of MSCR have raised over $690,000 to fund new programming, equipment, fee assistance, staff development, and more. You can support accessible recreation in Madison through sponsorship or by signing up for a foursome. Head to birdease.com/MSCR for more information and to register. That's birdease.com/MSCR.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The 920 chimes in. I feel like losing to the Cubs this time made me more mad than it did in the past, and I think it's because the Packers have lost their last 2 against the Bears. I even felt more animosity against the Illini in a basketball game than I have in a long time, too.
Illini beat them in was it the Big Ten tournament a couple years ago? And then they won the championship? Anybody remember that?
But I don't know. Is this cross-state rivalry heating up because the Bears have taken 3 out of 4 against Green Bay Packers?
I mean, I could care less about the Cubs-Brewers game. I could really. I could not care less. I could not care less.
I think it's heating up for a specific, and it could be I'm not saying it's a minority, for a specific type of Brewers fan, which I think Riley falls into.
What is that type?
Jesse Nelson falls into the hating all things Chicago Brewers fan. So I like the Brewers, and a tick below that is I hate the Cubs. It's right there. It's like 50-49. And that's why I always joke of like the rivalry isn't the same, because it's not the same on the flip side of like Cubs fans are mad at the Brewers because they want to beat the Brewers, but the blood feud is with the Cardinals. And so like, yes, the Brewers are in front, but the Brewers hate the Cubs far more than Cubs fans hate the Brewers. And that's neither here nor there. It's just, I think that the faction of Cubs fans, or excuse me, Brewers fans that would be upset about what this guy's talking about are the Riley Yauchs and the Jesse Nelsons.
Just the Chicago haters.
Chicago haters. Is that fair, Riley? Does the other losses add to this now?
I mean, I am a Chicago hater, and I don't know if it adds to it, but it emboldens Chicago fans across all sports, at least on social media. Those Bears wins. Now that's another little thing they can pull out of the pocket. Miz beat us on Friday. Oh, here's freaking Roma Dunze catching a pass over Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah,
it's like, okay.
It is annoying and pathetic. I will say, you don't do that. On any fan base, why are we talking about, what are we cross-sporting now?
Yeah, don't I will say, the Wrigley North thing, that's been around forever. It's so annoying. I despise it. That I hate with a passion, and that whole discourse, it's so aggravating. But this weekend, I will say, I feel like for the past few years, Brewers fans, like there's always tons of Cubs fans at AmFam for Brewers-Cubs games. But there have been more Brewers fans than Cubs fans. It's been like the Brewers have tampered it down a bit. This weekend, there were a ton of Cubs fans at American Family Field, which I hate seeing it, but it's an objective fact. There were a way more than I would.
I didn't want to bring
see.
it up with. There was a lot of Cubs fans putting out the video of when the Cubs turned 2 to win the game. It was very loud.
Really?
At AmFam Field.
Well, so my question, so did they do the whole Green Bay sucks thing or no? I haven't been on social, so I don't know.
I didn't see it.
No? Isn't that what they usually do?
I thought Cubs fans will try to do the Go Cubs Go when they win, though, at AmFam. I don't know that for sure. Again, I don't partake in the Green Bay sucks thing, so like I find it kind of lame. But Adam and Moho chimes in. Jim's spot on. Chicago hater here as well.
Yeah.
And so there is. I think it has to add at least on some sort of layering level of like you're stacking things that are bothering you, and it probably is in there. So I'll ask 844-770-3776. Carbo's Talking text line list is more. This isn't going to be our official Starting Limited poll question, but is the overall rivalry with Chicago getting even more heated?
I actually don't know if there's a sport, like any state or sports that I feel that way about. Like okay, if the Minnesota Vikings beat the Packers, I would be so ticked off for however long, just like I am with the Bears, right? But like if the Gophers beat Wisconsin, don't really care. So like I'm just trying to think of other sports and like other states that it's like I would feel this passion.
Well, because I mean, in this scenario, like as a Brewers fan here, so if I was a Brewers fan and I lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs, like let's just flip it. The Cubs lose 2 out of 3 to the Brewers, but I still got a 5.5 game lead. My team is stacked.
Also, didn't they sweep them in the last series like 2 weeks ago? Whenever it was.
So like,
Brewers.
So like if I'm in their shoes, I like as a Cubs fan, I'm like whatever, because I don't hate the Brewers, I don't hate the Bucks, I don't hate. Like,
okay, but if it was the Cardinals, like you got to relate it to something
right.
that
But
you
I'm
hate.
saying that, but like I don't have, but that's a different state. I don't have one specific state that I hate. Like. Yes, the Bears fans hate the Packers, and then the Cubs fans hate the Cardinals, and White Sox fans. Actually, I don't even know. I don't know what their team is. Maybe the Twins. I think it used to be the Brewers, but they were in the American League together. But like, I don't have. It is interesting. I guess New York and Boston would have that. Like,
right.
I don't know how many of those. Like, I hate a specific region, but there are a large amount. I don't know if it's a massive majority, but I think the majority of Wisconsin sports fans just hate all things Chicago.
Well. Chicago people can be annoying. So like I mean I don't
I'm not
I don't particularly like Bears fans, so like I'm not going to pretend like I do. I block you for certain reasons. Actually, it was so funny the other day on like my ex. It came up with like, you can't see this response because you muted this person. And I was like, who did I mute? I click it. It's Jim. I was like, no way do I still have you muted. You're still muted for what it's worth. Because I don't want to. It literally came back to going back to Bears Packers. I muted you the second the Packers lost to the Bears in December. I was like, I can't stand seeing Jim's crap. I don't want to see it. Done. You're muted. So yeah, I can't stand Bears fans.
So there's blood into it, but there is like, but you're saying that like,
but not Chicago fans. I don't.
Right.
I don't. If you're a Bears fan, I probably think you're annoying. I'll deal with you, I guess, just like I do with you. But like, if you're a Cubs fan, I really don't care. If you're fighting Illini fan,
and that's
what the hell's in Champaign, Illinois?
Right,
what are you supposed to do other than be an Illinois, however you say it, fan?
So that's what I was getting at. There's not like I don't have a specific hate against like one city or one state. It's the one team. That was not me, right?
No.
Okay. It was so loud in my ears.
Not sure what
I
that
thought that
was.
was honestly my own brain.
You got an email
noise.
on your production computer, I believe. Right?
Yeah, but the production computer isn't on.
So I don't know.
I don't
we
know.
all had a
Maybe it was you, Jim.
We all had a collective thought.
I'm trying to think of other states. So, like, honestly, I guess I could see how people hate the Yankees. I don't really like the Knicks now. I mean, I guess I kind of do, but don't because they beat San Antonio. OKC, if Oklahoma had like a different team, but I don't really care about the Boomer Sooners.
Why would you hate Oklahoma? Like,
well, I hate.
I know you hate the Thunder.
I hate the Thunder.
Why
so
would
it's
you
like
hate the other teams there?
Well, just because like Boomer Sooners, they've always been so good. So maybe it's like but like even then, I can't even pretend like I hate them because I don't really care.
Like annoying quarterbacks. I mean, Baker and Caleb for a little bit. Like Caleb was there for a year. Baker Mayfield. Like
who else was in there? There's more quarterbacks in there that are.
Miami could be one like kind of close because their fans are so frustrating. Like the Miami Marlins, like their fans.
You know what? Boston got it. Celtics, New England Patriots. Can't stand them.
If I was gonna,
let's throw the Red Sox in there too, just for being the Red Sox.
If I was gonna pick one, for me it would be Miami.
Okay, that's. I mean, you live there too, so you have the connection.
And Riley, I'm guessing you're going to Chicago.
Chicago or Minnesota, they're neck and neck.
Even Twins.
See, that's the difference. It's Gophers and Vikings fans, which usually intertwine. I hate Gophers fans, Vikings fans, same. But Timberwolves and Twins fans, who cares?
Do you have any like ill will against like Wildcat fans?
Yeah.
Wildcat? You mean the Wild?
Wild, Minnesota Wild.
No, I'll say Northwestern. Like,
Northwestern?
Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's like what?
Sorry.
Yeah, because they always beat Wisconsin in their little high school stadium. Isn't that the whole thing?
It was
one of the hardest stadiums.
Yeah, but now they got a fancy new stadium, so I'm not worried.
And I think this is the big decider, though.
Because it'll be packed, right? With Wisconsin and Northwestern fans.
As you bring up the Wild, would you root for the Blackhawks or the Wild?
That's a good question. I root for the Red Wings in Detroit.
Of course you do.
Neither.
Why wouldn't you?
That's the only NHL game I've ever been to. My grandpa took me to a Red Wings game. So technically, while I don't follow NHL at all, I'm a Red Wings fan.
That is funny because like I went to a San Jose Sharks game when they played the is it Arizona Coyotes? Phoenix Coyotes.
Phoenix
Coyotes, duh. Because Arizona Cardinals. I went to that game and I was like, I'm like a Sharks fan. And now that like the Coyotes aren't a team, they're the Mammoth or whatever they are.
Yeah.
But actually, you know what? That's a great one though because I almost would pick. Okay, it's hard to not pick the Blackhawks in terms of like legacy and just like all the things there. That it's like okay. Them, but then you think of the Wild and you're like, oh, it's just like Minnesota nice though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if either team is good anymore. I do not follow NHL. I think the Wild had like a decent season. Didn't they make it to the playoffs this year? Nobody?
No.
Way to bring this up, Jim, when we know nothing about hockey.
But it's not about hockey. It's just about like to me, it's a litmus test of like, are you a Chicago hater? Like, because if it's a litmus test, it's do you like the Wild or do you like the Blackhawks?
Windy Pack, I think his name is Windy Pack, on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Remember, you can always stream us on ESPN Madison YouTube. He says Wisconsin fans are just crybabies anytime they're not punching down.
Absurd. You could say the same thing about Chicago fan. I think Mitch,
Riley,
right above Wendy's
how long has it been that Chicago fans are punching up? Like, when have they been able to punch down in terms of like
Cubs
NFL?
Fans, since 2016, Cubs fans have been punching down. Oh, how many rings? How
Riley,
many
you were
rings?
like 5 in 2016.
No, I was 15.
Okay.
Bad time to be a sports fan.
Yeah.
Honestly, if your biggest rival is getting it and you're 15,
it sucks.
That'll sting a little bit. I probably was like 15 or 16 when the Packers won their first title with Favre.
Jesus, that was like 30 years ago. Literally.
Wow, Molly, you're so smart and good at math. You must have went to college or something.
Oh, thank you. Actually, my favorite class that I took at Madison College was like a meteorology class. Amazing. Hence why I'm so obsessed with the weather. But if you're looking for a place,
with math. I was talking
there
about
actually
math.
is. I know.
Okay.
I know what you were trying to do, and that's why I said actually my favorite class was not a. Jim might be dying. My favorite class at Madison College was not a math class.
Oh.
It was like a meteorology class. Also, there's shockingly more math in meteorology, hence why I'm in sports radio now, if we're being honest. But if you're looking for a place to build your future closer to home, Madison College is a great place for you. They serve South Central Wisconsin with 7 campuses, including locations in Madison, Fort Atkinson, Portage, Reedsburg, and Watertown. Students get hands-on experience using industry-level technology. I know I got that in my meteorology class. In everything from healthcare and robotics to skilled trades. Madison College is also proud of its championship Wolfpack athletic programs. You can follow along at Madison College on Facebook and Instagram to keep up with everything happening on campus and beyond.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
As a single mom, I questioned college. I worried about having enough time and support. But I'm so glad that I didn't let that stop me. Once I started at Madison College, I realized I can do this. I'm really proud of myself. My instructors truly care about my success, and I have a community of support. My advice to other single moms, do this for you. There's more to your story at Madison College. Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
The summer sticker sales event is happening now at Metro Kia of Madison. For a limited time, get 0% APR financing for up to 48 months on select new Kia Sorento and Sportage models. That's just $20.83 per month for every $1,000 financed with approved credit. Whether you're looking for the versatility of a Sportage or the family-ready space of a Sorento, now's the time to buy. Must take delivery by July 6th. Hurry in today or shop online at metrokiaofmadison.com. That's metrokiaofmadison.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Baseball, Coors Light, and Molly and Jim? Now that's a tough lineup to beat. Hey, it's Molly Brown. Join ESPN Madison at Pooley's on Thursday, July 2nd as Jim Rutledge and I are live after the Milwaukee-Cincinnati baseball game till 6 p.m. And while you're there, take advantage of Pooley's daily happy hours starting at 3 p.m. with $3.50 Miller Lite and Coors Light taps. Grab a seat, grab a beer, and come see Molly and Jim at Pooley's on July 2nd.
Hey parents, looking for the perfect night out with the whole fam? Try the Rally Madison FC Family Special, presented by Madison Gas and Electric. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an RMFC scarf for just $18 per pack. Be a part of history and support women's soccer during Rally Madison's inaugural season at Breeze Stevens Field. Visit RallyMadisonFC.com and purchase your family special ticket packs today. That's RallyMadisonFC.com. Rally Madison, fun for all.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Oh, my, tell me what do I see? A long-legged woman staring back at me.
Marcel joins us now on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. And Mark, I had a chance to talk to some Badger recruits, and Hunter and Reese Mallinger, 6'6", 290-pound twin brothers who are going to come into the University of Wisconsin. Their parents' grocery bill has got to be massive. And then Cole Reeder, an offensive lineman, joining the Badgers, not this season, but the next season. All Wisconsin kids, all coming to Wisconsin. And I was struck, and I actually asked the Mallinger boys, like, what makes offensive linemen so good at being interviews? Because I talked to 3 or 4 offensive linemen today, by far the best interviews I had. And there's you, there's Bulaga, there's Jason Kelsey. Like, there's something about offensive linemen. I remember when I was out there covering teams more, offensive linemen were usually the best to talk to. What is it about the big guys that make you so much more interesting than maybe the skill position guys?
Were you a beat guy?
I was.
Nerd.
For us, ESPN Madison, but also down in Miami.
Just wait for, like, what team? You covered the Packers?
The Packers for a year, and then the Badgers for, 7, 8 years. Pete Cons, Travis Frederick.
Wouldn't he be a total curmudgeon on the beat? Like, he'd be that guy just sitting in the corner.
The food's not good enough. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez, that's the most hurtful thing you said. Honestly, I saw those people and I said, I got to do something else. But, like, I said I can't turn into a curmudgeon.
To answer your beat writing question, I'm just absolutely flummoxed that you were a beat guy. The reason I think O-lineman, we don't get a ton of attention, so when someone comes over and talks to us, we're going to be super open and wanting to, a lot of times you're a people pleaser, but really we're just smart, and we can, I think, speak in terms that people will understand. So that is, I think, why Wilde and the Rutledges and the other beat guys of the era would come over and talk to us, because A, we were available, and B, we would talk to them. And then C, I think we had a knowledge base, and we wanted to explain what was going on. And as we all know, everything in football starts with the guys up front, and how that gets viewed and how that gets looked at is how the offense goes. And I think we can probably explain that as good as anybody.
And Tosh, I'm going to predict, because the one thing, this is kind of, Wilde was obviously fantastic. He's fantastic at this. My only skill set was to be very, like, I would just start just shooting the crap with them and ask them questions about, like, hey, what video games do you play, or where do you go to eat, or just random stuff, and then I'll start asking some, like, real serious things. So I talked to Cole Reeder, and I think you are really going to enjoy him. That kid was just the happiest person I've been around to be an offensive lineman. He's making jokes about being terrified of whitewater rafting because he's afraid that the life jackets won't hold him up. He gave me about 6 ice cream places that he already loves in Madison. Like, this kid just loves life, and I think he's going to be a fun kid. Hopefully he's really good at football.
Well, that always is the way it starts, and then this is always one of my favorite anecdotes, but our offensive line coach, Jim Huber, especially the last 2 years, we had really good offensive lines. And my senior year, which was my first year playing a ton, but like Mac and, Casey Robach and the rest of our crew had played a ton of football. And he basically was saying that he's going to treat us a lot nicer. And all of a sudden, after about 2 or 3 practices and it didn't go well, it kind of went back to, nah, man, this is the way you got to do it. You got to be rough. It's got to be, you can't sit here and tell you how great you are and how this looks good. It's got to be hard coaching. And I think that I'll be curious if that all that ice cream and whitewater rafting and all of that is going to be the same, a little bit after his O-line coach and Luke Fickell and everybody else are getting after him a little bit. That might change, but I love the fact that he's happy and that he's excited to be, at Wisconsin.
Tausch, we were talking about Ms. Mania a little bit ago. And so basically my husband yesterday, who is not the biggest like baseball / Brewers fan, was like, we need to go to a game to see the Miz, because otherwise, if we never see him like actually play in person, we're going to regret it in 30 years when he could potentially be the best pitcher that we've ever seen, right? So I'm just curious if there's ever been a player during your lifetime that you're like, I need to go see this person play.
Yeah, Joker from Denver. I have been down. Luckily, one of the games he played, I'd always try and go to the Bucks-Nuggets games and want to see the two MVPs going at each other. Roger Federer in tennis, I wanted to go see. I finally got to go see him a while ago. But, yeah, I think one of the things that I asked this morning on our show was, right now, as a Wisconsin sports fan, if you could only get one, you can go meet and say hello and get an autograph or a picture. Would it be Miz or would it be Jordan Love? Because you would think it's been crazy if you asked that question for the last 25 years, whether it was Favre or Rodgers or Jordan Love. Has there been a Brewers player outside of I'm saying a pitcher, not Prince or Ryan Braun, that you'd even debate that question? And I think Miz now, with what he's done for only a year, he's only really been going for a year and some change at the major league level. It's been amazing, and he has the most electric stuff. Probably, I don't know where you'd even have to go back to. I know Buster Olney had said that it's probably the most electric stuff he's seen since Pedro Martinez in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And you start thinking about it, you don't know where it is. So, yeah, I totally understand why everybody is so excited. And I think it has become totally appointment radio or television to get a chance to watch or hear about the Miz's performance, because he's been that good.
I love to compare baseball to like NFL terms, just because it's easier for me to digest and like understand the impact of it. So if you had to compare Jacob Misiorowski to a Packer, what would it be?
Micah Parsons. I actually thought you were going to ask quarterbacks, and I think I would have said Josh Allen, just because of the athleticism and the ability to do it in so many different ways. But from a Packer standpoint, who is the most explosive playmaker that Green Bay has? And I don't think it's close. You saw the excitement level when Micah got to the team, and obviously that first game against Detroit at Lambeau and chasing down Goff. I think it's Micah, and you're always watching what they're going to do, because it could be something electric.
Jacob Misiorowski said something when he struck out PCA, when he had another record-throwing pitch there, like 105.5 miles per hour, and he even said his foot slipped, which got me thinking, I think the elite athletes at a professional level, they're so in tune with their mechanics and everything that even something that is record-breaking like that, they can sense that maybe they didn't do everything perfect. Are there examples like that when you played football or different things in sports where you're like, you know what, that was a good block, but like I know that I still missed this one thing. Like when you're out there and even if something had a good result, you're like, kind of got by the skin of my teeth.
Well, I think that's the thing when you really start feeling like in your zone, that every little step and you start seeing kind of what is going to happen. You see, a linebacker shift a half of an inch, or you see a defensive tackle maybe lined up a little bit wider. You can understand and see what's coming. And it's more, I think the physical side of it is there you have your years where you're going to be at your peak, but I've always called it kind of the elevator years where your mind and your body are at the same level. And I think for Miz, he had this talent. It's obviously gotten better, but he's learned how to pitch. He's, even more in tune with his fundamentals and his technique. And that's where you can start getting where he is, at the most unhittable he's been. And you just wonder, when you heard that he threw 105.5, which is just a crazy number, you wonder, how high up can he get? He gets stronger. He probably has not peaked yet as far as where he's at physically, and he certainly hasn't peaked from a fundamental and from a, just from a mental standpoint. How much higher can he get this thing to? I think that's another thing that everybody's super intrigued to watch by.
Tausch, we had somebody text in earlier saying that they feel like losing to the Cubs this time made them more mad than in the past, just because the Packers have lost the last 2 times to the Bears. Do you feel that way too?
I do think, and Riley was asking me before I jumped on, it does feel like because the Bears are now back to being relevant and joining this rivalry again for the first time in a while, it feels like everything else has heated up. The Cubs and Brewers, obviously when Council made that move, was at a red-hot, it was there. But the Cubs and Brewers are more than likely going to decide who wins that division. And obviously the Bears won the division last year. So I just think as a whole, the rivalry between the state and the city of Chicago is probably at its highest it's been in, I don't even know how far back you can go. I think it's probably as hot as it's ever been when you're combining the Cubs and the Bears. This time right now is probably where it's at.
Mark, would you prefer to play in extreme heat or extreme cold? And what's the hottest and coldest game you've played in?
That is Jim, that couldn't be an easier question.
Yeah.
Give me some blankets. Let me play. I mean, the NFC Championship game in 2008 was probably a bridge too far because it was so cold. But, I mean, give me cold all day, every day, and 100 out of 100 times compared to playing in, like, how hot it is today, or we go down to Miami in September or October, or Tampa with the humidity. No, man, I'm all in on playing in the cold.
Do you have a hot game you remember?
Yeah, Miami, when Jason Taylor was down there playing, I think we had a preseason game, which somehow I ended up playing the entire preseason game, my rookie season, which was in the middle of August. So it was just imagine how hot and muggy that was. So those are the two. But, yeah, the cold games, man, except for that one, and maybe there was one game down in Chicago when it was super windy. Outside of that, you're going to have a hard time scaring me off with the cold weather.
Tausch, I heard a little bit of your guys' show today about Keyshawn Nixon. Why do you think people are so anti-Keyshawn Nixon?
It's really been a fascinating conversation. I've all offseason been kind of wondering out loud if Keyshawn, because he's being paid only $4 million, which is, in the standards of a starting or a second corner in this league is very low. I thought he might do something, and the more you're looking at it, like sitting out, it doesn't seem like that is going to be the case. So Jason mentioned this on the State of the Packers show, and he said he got a lot of reaction, and we obviously got a lot of reaction today. And it felt like it really stemmed from the fact that, A, he gave up the big play against Chicago. We saw that, but that was what I kind of thought maybe was.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems as if it's more about not wanting to return kicks. And I think people kind of looked at it that way and saying, where Keyshawn is at and he should be doing that. And I think that's more along the lines because as far as everything else goes, I completely agreed with Jason this morning in saying, Packer fans, you're always looking to have players outproduce and give more value than what they're getting paid. And I don't know anyone on the Packers team that has probably given them more bang for their buck over the course of 3 or 4 years than Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah,
Fair.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that the way, he says things that his play.
Jim,
yeah.
The other thing that kept getting mentioned were penalties. He's had he talks a lot, but I don't know if, I think everybody wants a corner that is going to, play with a lot of confidence and swagger. Now, whether or not he's up to that par, he's not Deion Sanders, but he's not as bad as I think some Packer fans maybe want to put him in.
I mean, you could go back to the game. I feel like DJ Moore in some of those games had some big plays against Nixon, so it could just be that rivalry.
But then he also sealed the
he did.
interception at the end of the first
your
one.
Your latest memory would be the DJ Moore catch. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
I did feel that way, but we got a bunch of calls and texts this morning. And it almost all came back to him not returning kicks and him telling the Packers that he wasn't going to return kicks. And that feels like that's the trigger point as far as where Packer fans started maybe going against Keyshawn a little bit more because every corner is going to give up plays. Like we see that. He obviously did against DJ Moore. But as Molly just pointed out, he also made a big play to win that game against the Bears at Lambeau.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the kickoff stuff is because that was the whole reason he was brought back. At least that's how it was like presented. Is it's like you have a roster spot because you're a dual threat and can return kicks. Like maybe I'm misunderstanding, but like that's kind of, I could side with people in that way.
Well, you could, but is it his fault that he has worked himself into being the number one corner?
No,
and if you're the number one corner, we always will say, well, you can't let so-and-so return. You can't let Jaden Reed return punts. He's too valuable to the offense. And what Keyshawn has basically said after Jair got hurt was, I'm too valuable. I'm the number one corner. And by the way, you're only going to pay me, and this is totally out of touch, but this is the reality of NFL salaries. You're only going to pay me $4 million, and you want me to do more?
Yeah, but also, after he said no, Josh Jacobs was out there returning kicks. Like, do you guys remember that? You want the number one running back to return kicks?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how selfish are you? You know?
Well, I think, Molly, you're probably hitting on what a lot of fans felt and feel about Keyshawn.
No, it's a fascinating conversation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, we always appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That's Mark Tauscher, brought to you in part by Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton.
Green Bay Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Molly and Jim is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison. Rah! Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. The voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay, was the featured guest on the most recent episode of The Jump Around on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The UW Athletic Hall of Fame broadcaster sharing optimism ahead of the 2026 football season.
I will forever believe that Luke Fickell's a really good football coach. It has not worked the way anybody would want it to this point, but the record shows that he's really good at what he does, and I think he and everybody over there can look in the mirror, say, okay, I like this, we need to change this, and this, and I think they've taken steps to do that.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
There's a spirit you can only find in Door County, and Door County Distillery bottles it. Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Locally made in Carlsville, Door County Distillery crafts small batch spirits with Wisconsin ingredients and the flavors that make Door County unforgettable. From brandy, gin, whiskey, and my favorite, cherry vodka, my dad makes a mean cherry mule, to cocktails, tastings, tours, and more. It's a true Door County experience. Visit Door County Distillery in Carlsville or find your local retailer and more at doorcountydistillery.com.
Craving something crispy, cheesy, and brand new? Say hello to Pizza Hut's new Crispy Parm Pan Pizza. It's the original pan crust you love, now topped with a crispy golden Parmesan edge baked right into the crust for an extra layer of flavor and crunch. Try a medium one-topping Crispy Parm Pan Pizza for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order your Crispy Parm Pan Pizza today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Join me, Erin Ranum, your 2026 Dane County Fairest of the Fair for the Dane County Fair at the Alliant Energy Center July 16th through the 19th. Enjoy the fun for all ages, including stunt dinosaur and magic shows, tractor displays and carnival rides, twin stunts, animals, and more. We'd like to thank our Supreme Grand Champion sponsor, Miller & Son Supermarket, and our Grand Champion sponsor, Blaine's Farm and Fleet. I hope to see you there July 16th through the 19th. For more information, visit DaneCountyFair.com.
As a first-generation student, I initially joined the military to ensure I could afford college, and I had a lot of self-doubt. But at Madison College, there are so many resources extended to me, and I feel supported and confident to reach my goals. Best of all, I'll be able to transfer to a 4-year college debt-free. My advice to others, believe in yourself and your future. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And we've been talking about the pressure that Miz puts on the Milwaukee Brewers. And we're at the midpoint, Molly. And I guess this is a compliment to the Brewers here, but at this point, and this is where baseball sometimes gets annoying, I'm just waiting to see what happens in the postseason. There's nothing, 100 games, I don't care. Best record in baseball, I don't care. There's nothing the Brewers are going to do in the regular season that is going to have any effect on how I feel about this season. It is 100% defined in the postseason. I'm not saying Brewers fans shouldn't have a good time. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy watching every game. I'm not saying you shouldn't experience the moments and enjoy the ride. But I am saying that when you talk about before pressure, the only time that there's any sort of pressure or the only way the season is defined is in the postseason.
But would you say that if there wasn't a team like the Dodgers?
I just mean that
because that just makes that to me that makes a postseason just feel so untouchable, is because you know that they're so good that it's like, okay, the Brewers are going to do well. Like you said, they're going to be one of the top teams in the entire MLB for the entire season. But like, as soon as they get to the playoffs, it's like, once they take on the Dodgers, they're cooked.
Okay, but like, nothing is stopping the Brewers from making multiple trades. They don't have to go just Scooble. Like they have the farm system, hands down, light years in front of everyone. Farm system.
So is that what the exciting part of baseball is right now? Is just the trades that could potentially happen that the Brewers
That's the big
potentially
thing the Brewers
could do?
There's nothing this season that is stopping the Brewers from getting pretty close to the Dodgers by spending some more of their prospect capital. And they rightfully should believe in their system because it's worked through David Stearns and now into Matt Arnold, that they know how to identify talent. They know how to develop the talent. And you're probably going to have an entire season of no baseball. You can just develop that talent when they return. I would just say that, like, again, nothing stopped the Brewers in the offseason from spending money except for the Milwaukee Brewers. They're the only ones holding them up from spending money. Like, I do want to look at the reverse side of it here, that, yes, the Dodgers spend money more than anyone, including the big bad Cubs, by a lot. But nobody is stopping the Brewers or any other team in baseball from spending money. And where the Brewers truly are rich is in prospects. So they could spend those prospects and make those trades. And when they've identified someone, Christian Yelich, Zach Greinke, CC Sabathia, those have worked out. So go get those type of players, acquire two, and go win a World Series.
When is the trade deadline?
What is it, mid-July?
I feel like it's usually like July 21st.
Yeah, mid-July. I'll quick get you
It's
an
after
exact
the
date.
All-Star break for sure, which is coming up here soon. It could even be further out. It might even be into August. It's forever from now. Like, baseball is somehow
from now.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's actually into August.
Yeah, okay.
Monday, August 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern time, so 5 p.m. local.
Maybe news will break when we're at the ESPN Madison Open that day. Presented by
Perfect.
Coors Light.
There you go.
Do you think that they'll actually do anything?
No.
Riley?
I think they're going to do something.
Like, of significance.
They're not going to get Tarek Skubal. But
Well, then what are we doing?
I
I'm
think
just
they
kidding.
could get a notch below a Tarek.
What about a
Skubal.
closer?
Yeah, like a Aroldis Chapman?
Yeah.
Potentially. That, I think, is on the table.
Okay. And I don't know what the bat would be.
The bat, I mean, I've looked at some Matt Chapman for the Giants, Isaac Paredes for the Astros, but those aren't as splashy of
But
names
I would just
as
be
Chapman
worried
or
as a Brewers
Skubal.
fan, and I know it's one small series here, but, like, you have a history of your bats not showing up.
Mm-hmm.
The Cubs rolled out the land of misfit toys this weekend as bullpen guys, and you didn't score a lot of runs.
Yeah.
There's never enough bats, and you need thump. The Brewers still need thump. They are doing it in a non-traditional way, and that non-traditional way has failed them all the time in the playoffs. So that thump, that one swing of the bat guy, is still something I think every team would want.
See, that's why I wouldn't mind if they went after a bat to add the thump that you said, because I believe the Brewers are still second in runs scored, but they've been atrocious recently, especially with runners in scoring position. So get a bat to get a little extra thump, and then get a bullpen guy. Even if it's not Aroldis Chapman, a dynamite closer, get a really solid, reliable bullpen arm, because what blew it in the last 2 games against the Cubs? Terrible bullpen arms. Guys who are inconsistent and unreliable in big moments. So get someone who will bring that consistency and bring that reliability.
Wasn't that the conversation last year in the playoffs too? Like, didn't Aaron Ashby kind of like crack under pressure? Like, wasn't there multiple things there?
Yeah, I don't trust Aaron Ashby in the postseason.
Yeah.
I don't trust Aaron Ashby in a big moment. He's delivered this year. He's overperformed, I think. Chad Patrick overperformed for a long period of time, but the Cubs, really strong lineup, they got to him. I think the Dodgers, same thing in the postseason. You're going to have really tough lineups. I don't want to be rolling out Joel Kuhnel and Aaron Ashby or Grant Anderson in a high leverage moment.
Going back to our earlier conversation from the show, Mitch on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says, I'm from Wisconsin, lived in Chicago suburbs for 1 year. It turned up my hate meter. Burnt Brat says, no one ever hated the Dallas Cowboys. I hated them in Minnesota and Wisconsin. And then Mitch also says, I hated it. I hated the Cowboys, and I think that Troy Aikman in the Hall of Fame is a joke.
Ooh, wow.
Savage.
Bringing the heat. Riley mentioned consistency and reliability. That's 2 words you could use to describe my good friends at J&K Security Solutions. They will protect the most important things in your world from anywhere in the world. So contact my good friends at J&K Security Solutions.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Kids 14 and under and senior 60 plus can save 50% on tickets for select weekday home games, courtesy of Quartz. Following the game, seniors may stroll along the outfield warning track. Visit brewers.com/kids and seniors to learn more. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good evening, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by the Jump Around, a Badgers dedicated show. Tune in every Thursday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel as Jim Rutledge and myself talk all things Wisconsin Badgers, football, basketball, and more. The Jump Around every Thursday at 12:30 on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. The Milwaukee Brewers will try to shake off a brutal series loss to the Chicago Cubs tonight as they continue their marathon stretch to the All-Star break. Not a single day off until then, with a 3-game set against the Cincinnati Reds. The Crew still does lead the NL Central by 5.5 games as Robert Gasser toes the rubber tonight opposite Nick Lodolo, who makes his first start since he was drilled by a line drive last week against Milwaukee off the bat of Jackson Churio. Be curious to see if he has the yips tonight. Speaking of that series last week, the Brewers pitching staff held Cincy to only 6 runs that entire series. Hoping for a repeat performance beginning tonight. First pitch is slated for 6:40 with pregame coverage beginning at 6:05 right after Molly and Jim here on Madison's home of the Crew, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
I actually think Jaden Reed is going to be like the guy within the next 2 years, not Christian Watson.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
You think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said it 3 times. 5 and 5.
Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
long are we running with Molly yelling at me for the open there, Riley?
Yeah, I'm really like aggressive there.
Do you want me to change it?
No, I like
No,
it.
it's
Leave
kind of
it.
funny.
Yeah, it's
Okay, because I also think it's fun. Maybe I'll replace it with a new clip of you guys yelling at each other soon. I do have another one saved. So
great.
We'll
Maybe I don't know.
We'll start mixing it up here soon.
What did I yell at? Well, I guess I don't know if I yelled at you, but what did we yell at each other?
She
then?
yelled at me.
Can't remember, but I remember I marked it,
Okay.
cut it, and saved it. So I'll dig it up, and you'll hear it in an
Thank
open
God
here
there's
soon.
not like
a little nervous.
recordings in like marriage. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
real.
run this back for you. Let's listen to yourself. Bicker. No,
See,
thank
I
you.
always think that I should record my fights with my husband because I'm like, things just somehow get turned around on me. And then I'm like, I never said this. Or like, like I do that to him where I'm like, you said that. He's like, I literally didn't. And I'm
Right.
like, well, if we only had this on like recording, I could tell you if you did or not.
But after hearing that, do you really want it on recording? Because I
No.
feel like the first time you heard that,
I
you're like, I
cringe.
sounded like that?
Yeah. Well, no, I know how I sounded, but I was right. You were, like I told you it 15 times. So it's like, I wasn't wrong that I told you already at 15 times.
Let's just start it up. Let's just open it up right now. Riley's just opened that
Let
wound.
us not forget, Riley, after that clip took place, when he was driving out of the parking garage, he apologized to me because he felt bad.
I did.
And then I yelled at him in the break, too.
Powerful.
And I still haven't apologized. I yelled at him, no. It just
You can go
echoes.
bleep yourself. 5 times. That's what she said back.
Oh, gosh.
You can see this great chemistry on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. We're taking this great chemistry over to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Maybe we'll bicker over steak in person. You can come see us.
I will not yell at you if you buy me a steak.
Well, that's why I think I'm buying you a steak. I feel like at least buy a clean show of not getting yelled at over at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We'll be out there tomorrow. And that
Riley,
should
are
be-
you coming?
Nope. I'll be back here. So if you guys could, save me a steak, that'd be awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah,
You can
right.
heat up in the microwave.
Yum.
Yeah, it depends how much Molly can eat. We'll get like a porterhouse and then
Perfect.
So there'll
Okay,
be,
aggressive.
There'll be none left. So
Depends how much I can eat. Depends how much you can eat.
who do you think eats more steak? Riley?
No,
me, or
probably
Mom?
me.
Really? I would have guessed Jim.
No, probably me. Because Jim would be embarrassed to eat so much. He would be like so self-conscious about it.
That's fair. Yep. Yeah. Molly's got it figured out. So, talking about marriage, there's rumors out there that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are going to get married at Madison Square Garden. Is it on July 4th or July 4th weekend?
That's what I'm hearing is July 4th. My sources. Hi, my name is Molly. I'm reporting live from E Entertainment. We are live outside of Taylor Swift's Rhode Island mansion.
Yeah. So give us all the deets.
No, so what I'm hearing is that they got like a permit or something to be able to shut down the streets around Madison Square Garden, which I don't know if that's even like possible, but like between July 2nd and July 4th.
Okay.
So I believe that people think that they're getting married July 4th, let's say weekend, but I think it's July 4th, which like also seems not Taylor, but July 4th at Madison Square Garden. And as soon as I heard Madison Square Garden, I'm like, that is the worst place to get married.
So
Why would you get married at Madison Square Garden?
So I want to get there in a minute. One, I think it's because you can.
I guess, but like also it's not like it's a pretty stadium.
No.
Okay? It's not like it is a freaking basketball arena. Like the only other place that there has been something huge, and I'm only thinking of this one because my timeline is filled with him, but also because like it's the anniversary of his death like recently, was Michael Jackson's funeral at the Staples Center. Like that is massive. Okay? So like imagine a wedding of that caliber. That just seems like, unless you're opening it up for fans.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I mean, that is a lot of people. Are there a lot of weddings at Madison Square Garden? I don't know if that's a thing that happens a lot. There's a lot of questions that are opened up. It was like one of her first shows, like at Madison Square Garden. There's got to be some
See,
sort
that's
of
the thing
tie.
too. Is like she's from Pennsylvania. She started in country music. I don't know where he's from.
Ohio.
Oh yeah, he's from Ohio. Duh. He's from Ohio. He lives in Kansas City for the last decade or whatever it's been. Like I don't understand the connection.
And Philly would make more sense because also, obviously his brother is out in Philly too. I don't know, although who's getting married in MetLife Stadium. So
See, like who's getting married at any like? This is what's weird is like it's also her job is to perform at like arenas like Madison Square Garden and like MetLife Stadium and those kind of places. Why would you want to get married?
You wouldn't want to get married like in a studio, like a.
No, I'm good.
like the Bristol.
I don't want to get married at like Camp Randall or like Like I'm good, but like I just think of like the flowers. How do you decorate Madison Square Garden? How do you fill it with flowers?
That's a great question.
Flowers for a normal wedding are like tens of thousands of dollars, which obviously money isn't an issue, but like I just don't understand how you make it pretty.
They must have like curtains and stuff that they drape down to like. I'm trying to think of like the Pfizer Forum for the Wisconsin Sports Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that was a private event, and we had a lot cleared off, so it felt bigger than it was.
Right. But why would you? Okay, that's another. Why would you get married during the summer to have a summer wedding at Madison Square Garden? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Like, also, if you're Taylor Swift, like, yeah, I would want to. Can we just examine the forget even July 4th is a holiday. Like, why are you getting married on the holiday? Isn't that like what you're not supposed to do? Like, I feel like you get a discount if you get married on Christmas. Like it's like the wedding.
I mean, I feel like people kind of like double it up though too, because it's like, oh, people are already gonna have off, like we might as well. So it's like I understand that part.
But on the actual 4th,
I
like
don't freaking know.
The 2nd or 3rd, any of that would make sense. But like the actual 4th of July, she doesn't seem like a fireworks person. America 250. I don't know. Your Taylor Swift, the Saturday part. How much does that matter, really? I mean, like,
I don't know. I mean, if you have regular people coming to your wedding, it kind of matters.
Does she know regular people?
I mean, I would think so.
Maybe her family. This just reeks of pompous arrogance.
Right.
Oh, life is all about me. I'm the center of the universe. It's stupid. I hate it.
I just like I don't understand. Like, there's so many other places that you could do a massive wedding. What this is going to be.
So I want to ask. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, if you're gonna do a proposal at Madison Square, if it means that much to you. Like, I've seen proposals at sports stadiums or arenas or something like that. Like, why are you getting married?
Is this just her way of proving that she really is a Knicks fan? She's like, see, I love the Knicks so much.
Too.
I'm getting married at MSG. Like, what?
Yeah, there's got to be. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is
their wedding.
No, I mean at Madison Square Garden. What if this is just one big giant? Like, she has the money and she has the ability
that she's just like
bait and switch.
Yeah.
That she'll end up getting married somewhere more private and special and makes more sense. I don't know her well enough to know where that is for her, and this is all just literally just
a diversion.
Millions of dollars just for a diversion.
Which honestly seems like the most likely scenario. Honestly, because there's no way you're going to get married at an ugly-ass stadium like Madison Square Garden. It's not like a cute stadium.
No.
I mean, I don't think there's any, like, cute stadium. But, like, I don't know. Like, a new one like SoFi seems more like her jam.
Right. Or, like, if the first arena that she played at, if it happened to be, like, the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, it is the original Grand Ole Opry. And you could get married. I've been there. You could get married there, and it would make sense. And it's historic, and it has ties to her music roots. It wouldn't hold a lot, but it would hold a decent amount.
Okay.
And, like, that could be one where you could pull it off. And, like, it would have at least some sort of tie, like, to her industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. But I do want to ask, if you were going to get married at a stadium, what stadium would you get married at?
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
I don't like the idea of getting married at a stadium. One, I would only be able to fill like 10 seats. So, like, am I like Taylor Swift caliber or am I Molly Brown caliber?
Do I get to officiate?
No.
Ah.
What stadium? You know, one of our teammates got married at like the houses that we have up at Lambeau. That'd be cool. See, that'd be something where it's
then
like,
you get married at your job.
Fair. That's fair. And I don't enjoy that. That's true. I don't. What would be a good stadium? The Seahawks stadium is pretty legit. That'd be kind of cool.
I feel like there's some baseball ones that could be pretty decent.
Like the Padres.
I might do it like Wrigley. Like baseball, what do they say? It's a romantic sport.
Wait, this is Fenway so Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde 2. She got like her dream. Well, her fiance was a Boston Red Sox fan.
There's
and
two
they
of
lived
them?
in Boston. Have you been living under a rock? Yes, there's 2.
Oh, I only know the one, I think.
No, it's This is where she goes to Washington, D.C. to petition for animals' rights.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
So then she's planning her dream wedding at Fenway, and like it's a dream wedding for her fiance, and then he's like, I'm gonna get married under the Green Monster, and that was like his whole thing. I forgot about that until just now. Yeah, Fenway, that's on the list. You got to think of like historical stadiums, I guess.
Yeah, Lambeau? No.
I mean, Lambeau would be dope, but like again, I'm kind of like, I don't really want to get married in a stadium.
Riley?
I just want a hot dog real bad.
After the wedding.
After the wedding, just hot dogs all day at my buffet. Hot dog buffet. Makes me want one real bad.
When was the last time you think Taylor Swift's had a hot dog?
You know what? She probably had one at like the Knicks after party that she went to for like that game that she wore the Stevie Nicks shirt to.
You know what?
She was like, I'm a cool girl.
Well, I was gonna say,
I go
also
to
see her being
basketball
like,
and eat hot dogs.
You're performing and doing all this sort of stuff. You might just want like after a show, be like, yeah, I just want a hot dog and a Diet Coke, whatever. I just want to eat. Like I just ran around for 4 hours. I want to just eat my guilty pleasure food.
I mean, mine would be like just a massive pizza, like all to myself, because she probably burns like 2,000 calories.
Easy,
That it's like
easy.
you can just eat a pizza and like not even feel
Right.
any ounce of regret.
Right,
like,
right, yes.
Your life is perfectly fine.
Yeah, a whole pizza would be good. But Riley, where's your venue?
I mean, Camp Randall would be cool for me personally. If you want a sports venue that may actually work, you'd still need a ton of people, but the Field House, historic venue, tight, intimate setting. But football stadiums, I mean, Lambeau. That's the only one I think that would be worthy of that.
See, Wrigley, once you said that, I'm like, it'd be picturesque
Mm-hmm.
just because of, like the green and the
Yep.
metal and all that. And then also the ivy would be like so pretty in pictures. I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't.
We can chime in 844-770-3776. That's Carl Massac text line. List is more. We talked about athletes that you kind of schedule to see. I want to talk about on the other side, athletes, the greatest athlete you've ever seen in person.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well. Earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Badger fans, Camp Randall is calling, and this fall, you call the shots. Enjoy the 2026 season your way with a 2 or 3 game mini pack. Whether it's the homecoming game against Michigan State or the battle for the axe against Minnesota, save up to $10 per game for the matchups that matter most to you. Don't wait, inventory is limited. Secure your Wisconsin football mini pack today by visiting uwbadgers.com or calling 1-800-GO-BADGERS on Wisconsin.
The Giannis era is over in Milwaukee.
I think the front office, the ownership for believing in me. And I was 18 years old back in Greece.
13 seasons of greatness.
How about a clean 64 for the Greek Freak?
One unforgettable championship.
A 50-point game. That's the stuff of legend.
Thank you for the memories.
Wisconsin, we've got a room at the top of the world tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions.
Gruber Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
As a single mom, I questioned college. I worried about having enough time and support, but I'm so glad that I didn't let that stop me. Once I started at Madison College, I realized I can do this. I'm really proud of myself. My instructors truly care about my success, and I have a community of support. My advice to other single moms, do this for you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
I'm Isaac Miller, Wisconsin-born, Wisconsin-built, and proud to be wearing Cardinal white in the future. That's why teaming up with Iron Jock just makes sense. It's the gear that's made for how we live up here. Early mornings, late nights, and putting in that work when nobody's watching. Iron Jock isn't about flash. It's about showing up, staying tough, and representing where you're from. If you're built the same way, you already get it. Iron Jock, Wisconsin grit, every day.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Rick Madison says Lavelle Edwards Stadium at BYU is absolutely perfect for a wedding venue. That's Rick in Madison and North and South. You would know that North-South does a lot of catering of fantastic weddings. Even sent a photo of it, and Daniel Landscaper not having any of this topic.
But also, Daniel Landscaper, where would you pick your wedding venue to be?
Yes.
Please chime in.
Yes.
This BYU stadium is beautiful with
really
the mountains
is.
in back.
Right,
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And we talked earlier about Miz being appointment television. More specifically, one of those players you don't want to miss. If you have the opportunity to see them live. We kind of experienced towards the end of Giannis. You're like, I think fans were like, oh, I should get to one more Bucks game. Now his career ended
totally
injured with the Bucks, but still one of those things where you're happy you saw him, and maybe even in the last 12 months you're like, it's freezing cold, but I am going to make that drive to Milwaukee because this might be the last time I see Giannis in a Bucks uniform. And Miz is one of those players you talked about with your husband, trying to figure out when does he pitch next. I want to go see him pitch, which makes a ton of sense.
Annoying, but...
makes a ton of sense. And I don't think the state of Wisconsin has had a lot of these players. Mainly the idea of like Aaron Rodgers played obviously every Sunday for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yes, you want to see him once before, but at the same time, it's not as scheduled to, because it's just a matter, you feel like you got a decade plus. Same with Jordan Love. You got a decade plus. I don't know if Jordan Love's on that. Actually, he's not on that level yet, but you know, get what I'm saying. Brett Favre, a decade plus, you had to see him. So it's a little different with pitchers where they don't pitch every day, so you really have to schedule it out. So I'm going to spin the question a little bit, and I want to ask you, who's like the most famous or the athlete you saw in person that you were most impressed by? 844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. List is more. And I just want to know, like, who's the most impressive athlete you've ever seen in person?
As much as I can stand him for however long it's been, Giannis is probably on that list for me. I saw LeBron play when he played the Bucks a couple years ago here at Fiserv. It was cool, but like, again, in his older years, so it's not like it's like his prime or anything like that. Yep. But yeah, Giannis is probably the best that I've seen. I mean, I saw Aaron Rodgers one time, I think, when I saw him at the Vikings stadium too, which is a totally different element as well, just like seeing him at like a different place. But I think those are probably like my top ones. But if I had to pick ones for like who do I want to see too, I would love to see, I mean, you guys know I'm a Justin Jefferson fan. I would love to see him. Love to see Victor Wembanyama. And honestly, Micah Parsons. I feel like I have to see him before, honestly, within the next couple of years, just because, what?
Was he was out when we went to the game as a show? When they played the Bears, he was already out. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he was already out because that was December. So yeah, like being able to see him in person at this extremely high caliber level of a player too, like that's definitely on my list. Those are probably my like next three that I need to see. Otherwise, like Giannis and LeBron, I guess.
Yeah, Daniel Landscaper chimes in with LeBron. I've seen Michael Jordan play in person, so that's going to be obviously the top there. I mean, from a bad, like if you broke it down by team, I guess I saw Ron Dayne play one game when I was a kid, like as a fan. J.J. Watt I saw a lot of, Russell Wilson, Melvin Gordon. That's a tough group to pick from.
I did see Melvin Gordon and like Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Those are my primes for
and
Badgers.
I will maintain that Melvin Gordon record-breaking game against Nebraska that I saw in person was one of the more memorable games games I've ever seen in my life. Obviously, I saw Giannis in the NBA Finals at Pfizer Forum, the last game they played there before they went back to Phoenix to win the title. It's fun to kind of go. Like, I grew up in the Milwaukee area, so you kind of go and watch the greats come at times as well. Like, you wouldn't go watch the Bucks play. Like, my dad got tickets, the Bulls to see the Bucks. I don't know who was on the Bucks at that point. It was to go see the Bulls play the Bucks at then the Bradley Center, which was 10 million. Like, you talk about nosebleed. Like, literally, my nose might have bled at the top of the Bradley Center because it's like built to be a hockey arena.
Which is crazy because like no stadiums are built that way anymore.
No,
like new ones.
No, this was straight up where like I was a little bit at some points of the game hyper concerned about what if if you fell or it was like a piece of plastic that was always keeping you from plummeting to your death because the steps, like you build up so much momentum with how like you start to walk down the steps and you're like, I need to hold on or I might just slide right down. So, Riley, who's the person you've seen?
I mean, it's either The Miz. I got to see him earlier this year in one of his dominant outings against the Yankees. That was really awesome and special. Outside of that, probably either Giannis or Shohei. I've been fortunate enough to see Shohei when he's come to town in Milwaukee. And I don't think he had a great game when I saw him. And I didn't want him to have a great game, but it's still special to be like, wow, this is maybe the greatest baseball player ever in existence. Yep. That was pretty cool just to be able to see him.
I mean, I know this sucks for Brewers fans, but imagine being at that game where he absolutely murdered the Brewers last year in the playoffs, where it's like, how is this? How are you doing these things? How are you human? Imagine being in that crowd. I can't. It'd be crazy.
844-770-3776. It's Carbon Stock text line. List is more. Who's the most famous athlete you've seen in person? In honor of our conversation about Miz being, I think, one of those athletes for people now. And I will say that I have seen Miz pitch. It was one of the games where it was last season. He got roughed up early against the Cubs, but then he settled in and pitched maybe 5 innings, I believe. It's when they had him more on a pitch count or whatever.
I believe I was at that game, too.
Yeah, so I was there with my brother.
Did you guys sit next to each other?
And I was there with my brother.
No.
So it was hot because I remember we got food. And I was like, this is a bad choice because and all of a sudden just raised the temperature by a lot just because you like have this hot burger in your lap and it was already warm inside the stadium. Yeah.
Speaking of heat, are the Brewers at home tonight, right?
Yes,
against the
American
Reds?
Family Field. Mm-hmm.
The roof is closed, right?
It's a good question.
Maybe I should turn on the Homer Hour and see if the roof is closed.
You got to go call the number and see if the roof is going to be open
there's
or
a number?
closed.
To pay on if
I know, I'm going to check him right now.
Yeah. So you'll check that out on the ESPN Madison or ESPN Twitter on ESPN Milwaukee. But
there's no way that it's open when it's 95 degrees out or whatever it is.
I mean, they still have AC. I mean, it might be worse. Sure, they can pump AC into the stadium, but it might be worse putting the roof on because that's trapping all the heat inside because you have to close the windows and the roof. It might be better just leaving it open.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up the Homer Hour right now. Let me see what Homer looks like today. Okay, he has. Well, does he only wear the toupee in the beginning of the show? Oh, toupee's on in the beginning of the show.
So that means.
Well, he's bald at the end, like where it is right now.
Closed.
Yep. So toupee on means that the roof is closed. What is so?
It's just such a terrible wig, like.
Should I come up with a toupee?
You should. You should just start mimicking Homer. Here it is roof open, roof closed. Does Homer can I have the context behind this? Does Homer call that phone number that Riley was just talking about and find out if it was open or closed?
You know as much as I do about this.
I assume
all
that
I know
you know
is that
more.
Homer used to wear a toupee not as a gag.
Correct. I know that. But he was also a lot younger where the starkness of the dark didn't look so weird.
That still looked pretty weird. I remember being younger and being like, this guy's wearing a toupee. When he would do the Packers shows with Favre and everything like that.
It just looks like thick horsehair.
Yeah. What are 844-770-3776. Carbon Stock text line list is more. What is toupee hair made of? Is it human hair? Is it?
Probably depends on the quality that you buy.
Do people still buy toupees?
I mean, I think our president wears one, doesn't he?
That's a toupee? Jeez.
Isn't it? I don't
get
know.
a better one. I thought that was just a comb over.
I imagine so. I don't know. Why are you looking at the 20-year-old to ask if like people buy toupees?
Yeah, I looked it up real quick. So toupees consist of two main components, the hair strands and the base. The hair can be made from 100% real human hair or synthetic fibers like acrylic. The base is typically crafted from breathable skin-mimicking materials like lace, monofilament, polyurethane, or silicone.
Okay,
so microplastics.
Yes.
Right, just melted
straight into your head.
So while you reacted, I thought maybe you'd get like a or something like that hearing about the human hair thing. So
I mean, no, because like women wear human hair all the time,
Okay,
like extensions.
So right, but it's different because then you're like extending your hair. I just can't.
It's different because it's the bald touching the hair.
But like no, but I mean more like what do you do as a guy if you have this toupee on? Like, does it stay on at all times? Do you sleep in said toupee? How do you reveal as the relationship goes on that this is not my hair? This is someone else's hair on my head? Like, how does this come up?
I don't know. Chime in if you have a toupee.
Yeah,
I
give
guess.
us a toupee story. 844-770-3776. Carpet Talk text line list is more.
How does it stay on your head? Like, do you have like a cap?
Is it glue? But like when you get home, like if you take a woman home, be like, all right, well, let me just.
I don't think you take. I mean,
Hang up my hat.
I think it takes like relationship building. Like just like a woman, like you're not going to take your makeup off on like the first time that you like bringing somebody home.
But then you just leave the hair on.
I think so.
Don't touch the hair. Don't touch the hair.
It's a secret, and then once you like feel comfortable with the person, then I guess you like expose yourself.
You expose yourself, and then you truly expose yourself.
Exactly. I mean, I think, like,
this has always been my question.
I mean,
with
Jim,
toupees.
you had a bald spot, so like you'd be the closest to. You literally shaved your head. You were like, I'm not dealing with the toupee anymore.
I didn't have a toupee. I had real hair. Oh, right. So
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know the answer.
Because I just don't understand. Like at some point, like it's kind of altering to be like, FYI, I don't have any hair. Like so, and I also like I don't know how well it passes, but like I just feel like you have to reveal that information.
But also, like if they care enough about you, they're not going to care if you have hair.
Yeah, but at what point? Where's the line of demarcation of that line? Like you have to have that.
After how many
line?
dates?
Yeah, like
I don't know. I don't know what the
do
answer
you
is.
surprise her with it by like opening the door?
Surprise!
Right.
I'm bald.
But like, what if you go to sleep and you wake up and it's like askew? Like can't be
messed up.
Yeah, like you can't be putting to sleep in that.
What if she wakes up? She's getting choked by the toupee.
It's just on her face.
It's just like suffocating her.
What if it comes to life? Because it only wants you for itself. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
I didn't see myself going to college because I struggled with anxiety and depression, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I've found my community. There are a ton of support resources, and I never feel like I'm alone. My advice to others, keep pushing on. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Refresh your yard this summer with 4th of July savings from the Home Depot. Choose your power starting at $99 with tools from trusted names like Ryobi and Milwaukee. From backyard get-togethers to end-of-summer upgrades, 4th of July savings on cordless tools deliver the power and mobility to keep up with every job without slowing you down. Power on the go is here, and summer projects are easier than ever with the Home Depot. While supplies last, see store or online for details.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
So to continue with our 2K conversation, didn't think I'd be saying that today. I'm not going to say who this is that texted this in, just in case their friend is listening, because you never know. But unnamed says, I know a person that wears a toupee that seriously looks like a perfectly round helmet. You can see the stitching that weave into his little hair, and when we golf together and it's hot out, you can see the glue or whatever he uses run down his back. I give him hell all the time, but he still insists it's his real hair. And when it's windy, even funnier. And then Mitch chimes in with the wedding venue that he would like to get married in, as we were talking about where Taylor Swift is going to be getting married potentially. Who knows? He said the Coliseum in Rome. That's actually amazing, though, because it is definitely a sporting arena, just like old school.
Yeah, the toupee thing's really got me. You don't see a toupee in the wild often. Like a noticeable. How do you
know? You don't know.
A noticeable toupee.
Okay.
Like Dom Capers had a toupee.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta look. I mean, I haven't seen him since I was like 10, so like.
Yeah, Dom Capers had a toupee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
His hair is like black and everything else on him is like gray.
But it's not even that where it's like you can. There's the big giveaway, I think, for toupees is when their hair is way too thick for their age.
Fair. It's
because
supposed to be
it's like
wispy.
at some point you'd see like some follicles or whatever, and like if you have a toupee, you have the thick hair of like a 20-year-old where all you see is their hair, as opposed to, and they also there's like 3 cuts you can pick from.
I think Dom Capers has the same toupee as Homer. Like that's almost
maybe they
identical.
exchanged them. I don't know. Is there a toupee exchange?
I don't know. That's gross. Yeah. I've never met somebody that has a toupee.
That noticeably have been like, that's a toupee.
I feel like it feels almost like it's a fictitious thing that like only like public figures would have. Like a Dom Capers.
And like this seems unfair, but they would smoke cigarettes too, right?
What makes you think that?
I don't know. I just feel like toupee, cigarettes, they go together.
I don't
But
see
also
that.
probably not that safe. Your hair could go up in flames. So maybe you shouldn't smoke.
I don't know.
What a wild time like the 70s were where toupees were just like, yeah.
This is the thing?
That's what we're doing.
Did the dad from Brady Bunch have a toupee? He kind of seems like one.
That's a wild poll. Riley's like, I don't know any of the words you said there. But
Do you know what the Brady Bunch is, Riley?
Yes, I know what the Brady Bunch is. Could I tell you what the dad looks like? No.
Oh, no. He had like curly hair. No, he probably didn't have a toupee. Just he looked different in my mind than he actually does.
844-770-3776. Who's like the most famous person you remember with a toupee?
Siler, finish your text. He said, I want to get married at the...
What do you think it is?
The suspense is
At
real.
ESPN Madison?
Oh, maybe. No, he's a Bama fan. He's a big Roll Tide fan. So maybe whatever their stadium's called. Bradley, you probably know what the Alabama stadium's called.
Bryant-Denny Stadium.
There you go.
All right, here's what I got, and then we're going to go to break here. Famous toupees of all time. Sean Connery in James Bond. He wore a high-quality hairpiece for every one of his appearances as 007.
Okay.
Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon wore that.
Are you just listing off movies that are ancient?
Well, this is not really in Sir Elton John, but he wore that big, like, back in the day where they wore, like, the powdered wigs.
Who?
Elton John, but, like, back, like, the Declaration of Independence, 250 years ago, they wore, like, those big powdered wigs. So, like, he wore one of those, like, I think it's like a gag.
Wait, why is his name Sir Elton John?
He was knighted.
What?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And then William Shatner, the guy from...
Priceline.
Yes. Most well-known for his work with Priceline and different lawyers.
Lawyers. Oh, yeah. Forgot he did those, too.
I will give you one little tip on that.
Yeah.
He does those across the country for different lawyers.
I don't know if I've seen those enough. Like, I know, but I don't remember, like what.
It's not specific
what's
to
said in
them.
them.
He literally just says whatever. Like, you just
Oh, really?
pay, and he just, whatever market you're in, he'll just be like, Johnson & Johnson's my favorite
Isn't
attorney.
William Shatner, like, a little old? Like, he's not going to appeal to, like, me.
No.
Maybe not even
but
you.
I think they, like, air during, like, Sally Jesse Raphael.
What?
That was on purpose reference to a really old TV show.
Okay.
Phil Donahue. No.
You're not ringing any
Oprah.
bells.
I'm purposely
Oprah,
listed.
okay, yeah.
Like, during that time, I was like, Oprah, Phil
Do you
Donahue.
know who Oprah is, Riley?
Yeah, I know who Oprah is.
Well, you know,
He's probably never seen Oprah's show, though.
No.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. What do we got here? You have a lot of energy today, Molly.
I do have a lot of energy, and that is thanks to my friends at Zoa Energy. I love just getting that clean focus boost, and it doesn't give me the jitters, which is amazing. If you drink any energy drinks, you know that they give you the jitters, but Zoa does not. It's also vegan, gluten-free, and it fuels your endurance and mental clarity. Head over to zoaenergy.com to find where you can pick some up for yourself.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
There's a spirit you can only find in Door County, and Door County Distillery bottles it. Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Locally made in Carlsville, Door County Distillery crafts small batch spirits with Wisconsin ingredients and the flavors that make Door County unforgettable. From brandy, gin, whiskey, and my favorite, cherry vodka, my dad makes a mean cherry mule, to cocktails, tastings, tours, and more. It's a true Door County experience. Visit Door County Distillery in Carlsville or find your local retailer and more at doorcountydistillery.com.
It's well known that the boss at the exteriors company is a perfectionist.
It's a gift.
He not only oversees every job, he inspects each aspect of the operation to get to the root of what your project will actually need to be long-lasting.
Call 960-ROOF.
Oh, he's proud of all the reviews.
What can I say? Take a look.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Looking to save thousands on your next vehicle? Head to Metro Ford of Madison for their employee pricing event and the hail sale. That means employee pricing on select new Ford vehicles plus additional hail sale savings that could put thousands back into your pocket. Whether you're shopping for a tough F-150, a versatile Explorer, or a fuel-efficient Maverick, now is the time to buy. Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Visit Metro Ford of Madison on Wayne Terrace in Madison or shop online at metrofordofmadison.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
Hey parents, looking for the perfect night out with the whole fam? Cheer on Madison's professional soccer team, Forward Madison FC, with the Forward Madison Family Special, presented by Madison Gas and Electric. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf for just $22 per pack. Catch Madison's only professional soccer team in action at Breeze Stevens Field. Visit forwardmadisonfc.com to buy yours today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Rick and Madison said, "Come on, Molly, you can say my name. This guy is one of the funniest people I've ever met. He listens to your program. He will know it's me. We will have great laughs on Wednesday while we golf again." Okay, so that's good to know because he is referencing back to that toupee thing. He also said, "LOL, he just texted me and asked me if it was my comment. He knows it's a bad look, but he still rocks it. I am 50 this year and he'll be 40 and rocks the toupee, and he calls me old." I wish your friend would chime in about his toupee. Like, tell us how it works. We want to know the biology, maybe not the biology. I don't know what the word is.
I want to know what happens when you meet someone with a toupee. Great
question.
Yeah, like what is the etiquette?
How many dates in do you have to tell them that you have a toupee?
At 844-770-3776, it's Carbon Stock text line. Less is more. Go ahead and share, even if you're not a toupee wearer. Like, what do you think? Because it's honestly like a metaphor of like you got to share your true self, your red flag, or your bald head, whatever it is. Molly, how far in do you think? How far in should a guy go before he reveals that he has a toupee? Like, how far is too far?
No, I mean it's got to be like 6. No, 6 months is a long ass time. I haven't dated in a long time. Ooh. 2 months? If like you really think it's serious, like you have to say something after like 2 months. But like I'm just trying to like equate it to like when do you as a woman like go around this person without makeup on?
Do you think it's the same?
I mean,
Like
hair is obviously more like you're a little bit more insecure, I would imagine.
Most men, normal men, understand that women wear makeup and they don't look exactly the same. As,
right, but like if somebody completely changes their face as a toupee would,
yes, that's
then like,
fair.
and you're
Yeah.
expecting me to look like J-Lo, and all of a sudden I don't look like J-Lo, like that's probably a problem for a guy. Like if you look totally different.
Yeah, and maybe it's like a toupee because I feel like there's like a tell. Usually, like if there's makeup left on your car seat, like oh, she wears a lot of makeup. Like as opposed to same with a toupee. I don't know if there's a tell for a toupee.
I mean, I don't think you're just like leaving your toupee behind on somebody's car seat.
Just gets caught.
But I don't know. I don't know how long it would take you to I don't know. What do you think feels right?
I think it's not so much a number of dates. I think it's like a line of demarcation of
Okay.
like how far in like
if you think it's going to be serious.
yeah. You take it to that level, then it's like, all right, I got to at least give you a heads up that I don't have any hair.
When did you tell your girlfriends? In the past.
I've been with Tanya for 17 years.
Okay, that's fair.
I had hair at that point. She's the only one blessed with the bald spot and then no hair. So lucky woman there for that. I'm trying to think. While I'm talking here, can one of you look up the most famous? See if there's a famous athlete who wore a toupee.
No way.
I want to see. Can you look it up?
Do you have one in your brain that you're like,
no,
they definitely wore a hairpiece?
I feel like there has to be one. So.
Oh my God! What if we found out like Jimmy Garoppolo wore a hairpiece? Because it's like he is one of the most beautiful like men, like with amazing hair. Could you imagine?
I looked it up, and the first response is tennis legend Andre Agassi.
Who?
Notably wore
Agassi.
a hairpiece.
Oh my God! I'm
during
so
the early
old.
part of his career. He started balding at 19.
Yes,
How do you
Andre
spell his last
Agassi.
name?
And the
Right
funny thing about Andre Agassi was he was kind of known for his hair.
I mean, the
That is
picture
so
it's
sad.
it's a mane.
Wait, that's
That
a
was-
mullet.
Even if it was fake.
So wait, the whole thing was fake, or like the top was fake?
It looks like I think he kind of more like Ted.
Like the business in the front or the party in the back was fake?
That part I don't know. I think it was kind of more like a little bit like a filler too. Oh, Landon Donovan.
I don't know who that is.
That's a famous soccer player. Soccer legend had a custom hair system. That's not quite a toupee.
So literally anybody that is bald
I
now.
wonder if there's something about playing soccer that makes you go bald. A lot of these people listed here are.
I
Actually,
mean,
you know what the best
you
one
look
was?
at Cristiano Ronaldo.
The best one was, and maybe you can get it up on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. And this is not necessarily a toupee, but if you look up Carlos Boozer.
Wait, the dad of the Boozer twins?
Yes, but Carlos Boozer, look up toupee or hair, and it's like a spray paint kind of can thing.
Oh, so that's like Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. So there was that.
That looks like permanent marker.
And then it's like runs, I believe. So that could be the other one there too. So
that's for sure like what Jaylen Brown uses, but Jaylen Brown just has like actual hair. You know what I mean?
yeah. I did not go that route. 844-770-3776.
Can you try? You have a nice clean head now that
What do
you
you
can
want me to
do
do? Just color hair onto it?
Yes. Dip your head in permanent marker, please.
I believe there's some sort of like wig from Halloween at the house.
What?
Like a Halloween wig. Maybe I can wear it today.
All right, do you mean like the movie Halloween, or are
No,
you just saying like Halloween?
from Halloween? Like I bought like there's like a wig. It's like a mullet type wig.
Wait, that's the one I got you.
Is that your?
Isn't that the one? Isn't that the one when we dressed like Matt?
Yes, that's
Okay,
what it was.
yeah.
Okay, yes, I didn't know where that came from. I didn't know why I had that.
And I don't think I wore one.
No, that would
I think
not make
only
sense.
Ryan did.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I could wear that too. I can see if I can dig it out. I have it somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be hot. Not this week though. Like
You don't want to sweat off your toupee.
like honestly, here's what we're gonna do on the show. Is that when it's a little bit cooler? So Riley, help me remember to do this. I will wear that toupee. Now, Ma, you have to come with me, but I will wear it around town. Yeah, I'll wear the
No,
hair.
that's so embarrassing.
And we'll
That is
see
so embarrassing.
what the reactions
Just record
are
people's reactions.
as we drive around in the PP Lick Me vehicle.
Oh God.
I'm getting multiple complaints from my family.
About your car? Why?
They don't like being seen in it. We were camping. People stop. They look at the license plate. People taking pictures of it.
No.
My wife had to drive it the other day. I forget why. And she's like, I don't mind physically driving your truck. I hate driving it. She's like, I parked a mile away at the gym because I didn't want people to see me get out of a vehicle and said people lick me.
That's honestly fair.
So they're trying to petition me to change it. It's not gonna happen.
You're gonna have to pay like $100 to do that, aren't you?
It'd be for the whole year, but like at the end of this, they want me to get rid of it when it changes. And I said no, but maybe I'll change it to like LY, because then it instead of LI, so PPLLYK.
No, I think it's still gonna be people like
also,
me.
the Y kind of looks like a tongue, so then it's like I don't know if that's better or worse. Little ASMR sort of license plate there.
Oh,
I got like a sticker that says people like me, so it makes it clear.
I don't know.
No. Brewers baseball is coming up next year. Brewers take on the Reds. 6:40 first pitch. 6:05. 6-0. Riley, you worried about this series?
Slightly. I am. I think. I mean, the Brewers own the Reds, so that's good. There's a great chance at a bounce-back series. But if they have a long stretch between now, they don't have an off day between now and the All-Star break, so they don't have rest days. And I think it'd be really easy to sort of start to falter between now and then after a really difficult Cubs series. So I am slightly worried. I'd like to see them bounce back in a big way today. If they lose today, start a 3-game losing streak, I'm gonna be a little bit more concerned.
Are you gonna be concerned if they drop below the Cubs in the standings?
Yes, before the All-Star break. Yes, 100%. I mean, ultimately,
you should freak out if that happens. It's 5.5
games. Long term, I still like the Brewers, but you just gotta, in my mind, tread water. Stay at about 500, ideally a little over 500 between now and the All-Star break. Rest up. Get ready for the second half.
So for the Brewers, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Reds, the last time they played, the Reds gave them fits. Every game was tight.
Yeah, they swept them, but they were 3 very, very close games.
And that's where that bullpen comes into.
Yep.
So what would have to happen between now and the All-Star break, Molly, where you'd feel like the Brewers are in trouble?
I mean, nothing. I don't
You're not worried at all?
No, I mean,
they want a 6-game losing streak.
I'm worried if Riley tells me to be worried. I guess that's where I'm at, okay? Because to me, the Brewers season, like you were saying earlier, is such a long season that it's like, why panic?
Hey, we're halfway through today.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's I did notice that you said that earlier. So to me, nothing. But I guess if I'm listening to what Riley's saying about pitchers and all that kind of stuff, and how they do need more of a bullpen, all things, and if they don't grab anything or anybody that could help them in that capacity, then I guess I would be slightly concerned and being like, okay, it's just going to be the same old, same old.
Riley?
What could they do that would make me concerned?
Yeah.
I think if they lose the series to the Reds, I don't know off the top of my head who they play in the next series, but if they lose 3 consecutive series in a row, even if it's just 2-1, there's no sweeps in there, I will be a little concerned heading into the All-Star. You got to stay around 500-ish. Just get to the All-Star break, reset from there. But if they start dropping series...
500-ish to get 50 wins. They're well above 500.
Between now and then.
Oh,
between now and the All-Star break.
Got you.
They're like, geez, they're just going to drop every single game and then
it's possible for them to get near 500.
I'd be freaking out if they were around 500.
I got you. So you want them just kind of
just skate by. It seems like there's I don't know, the bats aren't there right now. The clutch hitting isn't there. The bullpen seems a bit gassed.
But isn't that baseball? This is the whole thing.
Again, it's halfway through the season, right?
It's just part of the journey.
Have bats really been that bad, or is that just because they weren't that great against the Cubs?
The Reds and Cubs series, I believe they were 6 for 51 with runners in scoring position.
I don't feel like they scored a ton against the Braves either.
No.
The Braves are obviously
and the Braves, you had those bogus... again, the bullpen imploded. Gave up some cheapy home runs, but you lost the series in a series you should have won. Similar thing with the Cubs. It's frustrating.
So I want to have. Did you see the Cubs pull a little rope-a-dope on the Brewers?
Rope-a-dope? What does that mean?
They kind of tricked them a little bit.
No.
Riley, how mad were you when Dansby Swanson tricked Jackson Churio?
Yeah, that was sad. That was like, well, that's a PCA move by Churio there. Sad.
So the Cubs threw down to second base on a stolen base from Jackson Churio, and Dansby Swanson, their shortstop, jumped up and pretended and kind of acted like the ball went over his head and he didn't catch it.
Tricky.
And Jackson Churio turned the corner to go to third, and they threw him out, tagged him at third.
Ah, good one.
Brewers baseball next.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love